Hello guys, how you doing? Welcome back to episode 65 of Only by the Regens. So we are ready to go into season 9, and as you can see, England have managed to win the World Cup in Qatar, beating France 2-1 in the final. So Rafa is the man at the moment. He actually retired soon after the tournament. But what a guy! Leading England to World Cup victory for the first time since 1966. So that is fantastic. Let me just go on managers. So there you go, he retired literally about a couple of weeks after the tournament. Laurent Blanc is now the new manager, so he resigned from being PSG manager to take the England job. So people actually want to be England manager these days. It's fantastic. But there's Benitez. Good stuff. Let's have a little look at the final as it happened. So France took the lead in the 9th minute, then Henderson equalised shortly afterwards. And Collie Woodrow came off the bench to score the winner. So we had Tyson in goal, we had Sterling playing, and Turnbull started, didn't really play that well, got subbed off for Collie Woodrow, who happened to score the winner. So Rafa knows best on that one. But yeah, brilliant stuff. So we are now, obviously, Liverpool are dominating Europe, and now England are starting to dominate internationally as well. So English football is looking very, very good at the moment. Let's just check where that leaves England in the nations ranking anyway. So as you can see, we are top now, and you've got Italy, France, Holland, Croatia. Croatia's still in the top 5, but Spain, Germany, Portugal. Germany's ranking is going to shoot up as well because the regions they are producing are just fantastic. Portugal there. You've got Turkey and Mexico. Not sure why Turkey is so high. Who knows? But Mexico got unfortunate in the World Cup. Sandoval got injured once again. So his 22 has been absolutely shite. But hopefully this season he's back fit again for the start of the season. Hopefully he'll stay injury free. We all know if he does, he's going to score shitloads of goals. So hopefully that continues. But we are going to play United in the Community Shield in this episode. First I'm going to discuss our transfers, then the transfers of the other top clubs in our division, obviously in the Premier League. And we're going to look at some managerial changes as well. Okay, so this is the transfer activity for us for this season so far. We've got all the fringe players that I discussed I was going to sell in the last episode. They've all gone. You've got Luan going to Inter for 30 million. Got Zvesic going to Leverkusen for 25. Antonio Marcos to Dortmund for 19. Carlos to Cruzeiro for 14.75. And you got the rest there. A few players leaving on a free because they're no longer good enough, and we got a few youngsters getting loaned out. So we managed to bring in 133 million, so it just increases our financial power. I mean, we are literally the richest club in the world by far at the moment. Ins, we've got Raphael Klaus finally joining from Stuttgart. Obviously, I highly rate this guy. He's German. Loads of good German regens coming through. So it's really, really good. He's got a resolute personality as well. So we're going to train him up, and hopefully he'll be a starting centre-back for us in the future. Bertrand's coming from FC Metz. Probably going to look to train him up, loan him out, then sell him on for a profit. Daniel Zimmerman. I've been scouting this guy for a long time. Hamburg recently got relegated from the Bundesliga, so decided to pick up their best prospect. Now he does look really good. He's just turned 17. We're going to retrain him as a centre mid. Going to model him in that ball-winning midfielder role, and hopefully that'll pay off and he'll become a star for us. Now looking at our finances, we've currently got 454 million in the bank, which is superb. Okay, so now I'm going to discuss the other transfers from the bigger teams in the division. Starting with Arsenal, they signed 2 players so far, Dilrosun and Moreira. Dilrosun from Middlesbrough for 8 million. He starts off the game at Manchester City, looks pretty average if you ask me. Steven Moreira from Lille for 7.5 million. He starts off the game at Rennes in France. Again, looks pretty average. No outs that I can see that we know of. So let's move on to Chelsea. They signed Stafylidis from Leverkusen, Greek left back, who actually starts the game off at Leverkusen. But he appears to have gone from Leverkusen to Bayern to United, back to Leverkusen, and now he's at Chelsea. So I'm surprised Chelsea have only signed one player. They usually sign a fair few, actually. They've actually sold Yevvaj for 12.25 million to Bayern, having signed him 3 seasons earlier for nearly 30. Nice transfer policy, Chelsea, as usual. But let's move on down to City, who have signed 3 players so far. Herving Lozano from Lyon for 39 million. So Lyon's good team. Lyon had such a good team a few seasons ago. It seems to have been destroyed now. I think Regens is at City as well, isn't he? So they've fed Lyon a fair amount of money in recent times. They've also signed Federico Di Marco from Sporting, who starts off the game at Inter. And they've signed Federico Bravo for 20 million from Sociedad, who starts off the game at Boca Juniors. They sold Chalobah to QPR for 6.75 million. They've also sold Turbay to Dynamo Moscow for 3.8 million. They sold Yarmolenko to Roma for just under $1 million. And Asamoah has gone on a free to Eibar. That's about it. Let's go down to United. So United have signed a few players, including Cristiano Ronaldo there. We'll start off with Ronaldo, because obviously he's returned to United at the age of 37. Is he considered first team? He is. He's on 175k a week. He scored 20 goals in La Liga last season. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. They've also signed Rizov from Real Madrid. And that's that Bulgarian guy. Yeah, he looks absolutely superb, doesn't he? Fantastic attributes. He had a good season for Real Madrid. He only stayed there for 1 year. And then United snapped him up for 40 million. He's on 210 grand a week. They've also signed Yuri Huska from Newcastle, another region. And they signed Caceres from PSG for 17 million. And Gordon King from Hibs for 1.3 million. So he's spent a fair bit. But you know, I think they've invested well, to be fair. They've got rid of Callas to Roma for 5.75 million. Daily Blind being a part exchange as part of that deal, I'm guessing. Anyone else that we know of? Oh, Mata. There we go, Mata's gone to Fulham. Interesting. So let's move on down to Spurs. They signed one person, Enes Unai, or Unal, from Inter. Interesting. Starts off the game at Bursaspor. Looks pretty good, actually. Okay, so let's look at some managerial changes. Well, who's managing who for this season in the league. So Arsenal, they now have Guardiola as their manager. Their other manager, I think it was Ronnie, is it Diella? He's now took the Barcelona job because Guardiola got sacked from Spain, or as the Spain manager. Then Luis Enrique took the Spanish job. This guy's took the Barcelona job, and then Guardiola's took the Arsenal job. So it's like a massive ripple effect. So moving on down to Villa, Tony Pulis is their manager. Cardiff has Tommy Wright. Chelsea, obviously, Mourinho. Everton, still Roberto Martinez. Fulham, David Moyes. Hull, Chris Powell. Leicester, Steve Cottrell. And there's me. City, Mark Hughes again. That's quite hilarious. United still have Ronald Koeman. Newcastle have Steve McLaren. Norwich have Neil Ardley. Forest, still Stuart Pearce, who's done a very good job. QPR still have Owen Coyle. Reading have Pochettino still. Leon Osman is now the manager of Southampton. What the fuck? Obviously retired, didn't he? What the hell? He was manager of Colchester, MK Dons, Sheffield Wednesday, then Birmingham. Now he's the manager of Southampton in the Premier League. Decent. So Stoke's manager is Robbie Nelson. Tottenham are managed by Gary McAllister, getting the big jobs. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still the manager of West Ham. And then we are back to the top. Right, so let's go into the game against United. Good old Norbert there, my scout, expects them to play a 4-3-3. We're obviously going to play the 3-5-2. See the team there? The only change stopping it from being a full-strength team is Wellington coming in, and Saar, obviously, he's nearly fit. He usually gets injured in pre-season, and it happened again this season, or this pre-season. So he's going to sit this one out. Other than that, we are going to go into the game and hope it's a good one. Send assistant. Yeah, so they're going for Powell up front. It is a regen. There's another regen. There's regens everywhere. Right, apply team advice there, and let's go. So first game of Season 9. Hopefully we can get a win. Well, I say it's the first. Yeah, it's technically the first game of Season 9. Because obviously it's the first game. First competitive game. Or whatever. I'm just chatting bollocks. Good monstrous tackle by Gonzalez there. Come on, win it back. He does as well. Fantastic stuff. Turnbull just won the World Cup. Finds Sandoval to Sterling, and he misses. Bright start from us though. Win that Hansen. He does. Sterling to Sandoval. And I think De Gea saved that one actually. Diana, Villa's free. He missed it. Lorenzini, I don't know what he did there either. But it's we're looking comfortable so far. Good defended by Hansen. Turnbull, counter attack. Whips it into ball. And United defend yet again. They might have a chance here though. And Powell scores. And that's their first shot on target. And that is annoying. Not gonna lie. But let's see this goal. When it eventually loads up. So it's Josh Murphy. And yeah, Tyson doesn't really dive there. We've got to highlight straight away. Turnbull to ball, and he equalises. That must have been literally 2 seconds later. So Sasha Ball's got his first goal of the season. Good stuff. United are on attack again. Caceres to Powell again. Couldn't find the net this time though. Lorenzini. Turnbull to ball. Sandoval. It's a tap-in. Fantastic. He gets his first goal of the season. And to be honest, we deserve to be winning this game. And now we are. So it's sweet. Is Ball wearing pink boots? Nice. Looks like we're going to go into the half-time with a 1-goal lead. They're still playing a 4-3-3. Okie doke. We'll stay the same then. Oh, Sterling. I think that's a goal kick. Oh, Hansen's injured. That's not good. Richard is going to come on. I think we're going to tell them to concentrate soon. I think Sandoval's through though. I probably could have trumped it to Ball there. He was in space. We will now tell them to concentrate. As United are on the attack. Come on. Get a third. Kill the game off. Simple as that really. Diana. Whip it in. Ball. I'm not sure what he's doing, but oh my god, it found its way to Turnbull, and he just powers it home. Great finish. Saying that De Gea's goalkeeping there was pretty shocking. We may make a few changes now. Sterling will come off for Law. And maybe Sandoval for Dino. I'm actually tutoring Dino with Sandoval to give Dino Sandoval's personality. because obviously Sandoval's got that model professional personality, which is fantastic. Oh, and Turnbull gets second there. Sterling actually tramped it for once. He usually shoots, but it's 4-1. Good stuff. Oh, fucking Dollars might have got sent off there. Powell, Tyson parries. But United waste their opportunity to make it 4-2. Ball win that one? No. Tackling Villa, Lorenzini does. Dino to Ball, to Diana. To Ball, and it's 5-1. And this is fantastic. 5 clear-cut chances, 5 goals. Our possession's been kind of disappointing. But obviously beating United 5-1, I'll take that. Not sure why Diana's there. We're going to make it 6. Dino. Diana gets tackled. Now United can break. And they make it 5-2. Sinan Kurt. And that'll be it. We win the game 5-2. Decent performance. I mean, it is the first game of the season. We usually start smashing teams once we build up a bit of a momentum. Try and get my words out there. But that is that. So I will be back, guys, in a couple of months for the recap and then a live commentary. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.